Hello, caddies. It's Silent Signs from I Dream of Indie, and today we are taking a look at RPGolf Legends. I've played a few sports games on this channel in the past, and I've played a few KEMCO games, but never before have I played a KEMCO sports game, and that's essentially what we're looking at here. Disclaimer, I feel like there are so many innuendos I can make when trying to describe this game to you, but I'm going to try to keep my brain laser focused. In RPGolf Legends, all of the golf holes have been sealed, and it's up to you to unseal those holes so everyone can enjoy golf again. Yes, really, that is the premise of RPGolf Legends, but don't worry, you don't have to go it alone. No, you have help from a golf club's ghost. Does it make sense? No. Does it have to? No, not really. This plot is definitely a huge reach, and I think it's meant to be absurd. So let's dive a little deeper into how you play RPGolf Legends and exactly what you're doing here. The basic layout definitely feels like an RPG. There is a world map which you can fast travel across. There are enemies scattered about for you to fight. You have quests from NPCs all over the map. There are even shops and crafting and fishing if you so choose. But the whole golf thing isn't just a theme of this game. You are going to actually be doing some golfing here. Fighting the enemies is going to earn you some experience, if you will, which will help to unlock these golf holes that have been sealed up by magic. I know, I don't have a better way to describe this. Once you've unlocked a hole, you do actually get to golf that hole, and it's a really fun arcadey system for golfing. You're going to be tapping a button twice at the right times in order to hit with the right speed and trajectory. You are able to move the camera around ahead of time so you can formulate a plan of attack and navigate the ball around the obstacles in this course. There are sand traps, there are swamplands, and of course, you don't want to hit it into the rough. Or maybe you do. I don't know. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, but I will tell you that you want to at least make par so that you get a spin at the end of the hole, which will allot you some health or perhaps some experience to unlock the next hole. The better you do, the more spins you get. So if you really want to work on improving your golf play, you can unlock that next hole even quicker without having to fight a whole bunch of enemies. In total, there are 54 holes of golf in 6 different environments, so there is enough to keep you busy for a long while here, especially when you factor in things like tournaments and the NPCs that are going to challenge you to play through holes again. So while all of that is well and good, let's talk about whether or not this game is actually fun, because that tends to be kind of important. I have kind of mixed feelings about this aspect. I think that the golfing itself is actually really fun. It's definitely on the easier side. I was able to get pretty decent at it pretty quickly, and that's saying something for me. I'm not great at golf games. The RPG side of things is a little bit more tedious, especially having to kill enemies in order to unlock the next hole. While yes, you are progressing the game by doing so, it doesn't necessarily always feel like you're getting stronger in the process, which is a little bit disappointing. Yes, you will gain new abilities, and you're able to craft items and to purchase items that will help you in the process, but it doesn't feel quite the same as the traditional RPG level up system, which I feel like this could have maybe benefited from. Also, sometimes the combat can be a little frustrating, especially early on in the game when all you really have is your golf club and you're just clobbering enemies with that club over and over again. You have a block, but sometimes it seems a little ineffective. It's entirely possible that I was just bad at the combat, but that is my very humble opinion here. All that said, the game is very forgiving, so even if you are like me and not particularly great at the combat, it's okay. You're not going to be losing a whole lot of progress by doing that. You get to maintain all of the experience to unlock the next hole that you might have acquired before dying, and you can always sleep back at your house if you want to regain full health, or, purchase a potion, whatever your style is. RPGolf Legends definitely has a pleasing retro style to it. It almost reminded me of playing a Game Boy Advance game. Graphics-wise, at least, they did a good job of varying up the environments, and I like the pixel art style. I know it's not for everyone, and it can be a little bit overdone, but I think it works well here. You will find yourself running into a lot of the same types of enemies with a different color scheme, but hey, at least it does vary things up a bit. And I did also run into a few glitches here and there. For example, at one point after dying, my character could suddenly walk on water and was actually doing that all by herself. So either there was a ghost playing with me, maybe it was a golf club ghost. Either way, after I died again, that problem fixed itself and we were good to go. You get a nice little retro sounding soundtrack to accompany the retro graphics, and I really was a fan of that as well. It has a good bass to it, and there are even little locations in the shops where you can stop and listen to all of the tracks that you've heard thus far, which I always appreciate. This music wouldn't at all sound out of place in an early Pokemon game, and that's totally fine with me. I loved that era of gaming music, and this is no exception. It was a really nice soundtrack. There's also some really nice use of sound effects. You do hear your character's feet as they trudge through the grass, or the swinging of the clubs, or even the satisfying plunk as the ball goes into the hole. RPGolf Legends isn't necessarily a standout RPG, but that doesn't mean it's not a fun game. I actually had a lot of fun with the golfing aspect of this. I appreciate the fact that it doesn't take itself too seriously and just fully embraces the absurdity of being a golf-based RPG. And hey, they're trying something different here, and I've got to give them credit for that. I do realize this is not the first game from RPGolf. It is the first one that I've ever played, and I had some fun with it. It's not necessarily a hole-in-one, don't get me wrong, but I would say it makes par. So will you be taking a swing at RPGolf Legends? Let me know in the comments down below. Before I go, I just want to thank our indie warriors Bill T, Christian Cruz, Kevelo, Mitchell Hall, Chris Jackson, Nathan Moore, Adriana Amato, CJR, C. Coyle, Skeptism, Haley, Julian Colbus, Jen Rose, Jesse, CPM, Bunny, JRS8, Raylan, Marky Mint, Dave Harp, and Peekaboo. Thank you all so much for your support. Thank you for watching this video. If you haven't already, don't forget you can subscribe it down below so you don't miss any reviews or previews, and check out the description box if you'd like to see how to become an indie warrior yourself. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.